Okay. Let me do this real quick. Go live here. Give me a second, guys, and we will get to Behind Thur Scenes. Okay. There we go. We're live everywhere. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Behind Thur Scenes. I'm Dr. Cush. Behind Thur Scenes is a different show. It's a different type of show. We are not going to be having an intro for this one because we'll have a lot to do on these shows. I have a script, not a script. I have an outline of things that I want to say. And we have the idea of this is to get content that I can then make into shorts and shorty longy shorts, 8 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes, and then 8 to 10 minutes. That's about what we're looking for. So today we are going to start off with it does feel different when you don't hear the music, doesn't it? Today we're going to be doing two different things. Today I figure it would be interesting to walk you guys through a history and a use of the very eponymous and sort of everywhere with us. This is the bar spoon. Let's get a nice, beautiful picture of the bar spoon. Ooh. We'll be going through different things with the bar spoon. I'm going to show you guys how to use the bar spoon and also how to double use the bar spoon in case you are at a party and two people order a drink, both needing spoons, and you only have limited amount of time. We're doing that. And then I have been making clear ice for a very long time. I've used a lot of different methods. I wanted to go over the method that I'm using right now to make ice. It is incredibly simple. I make a lot of ice. And this is how we do it. All right. So that is what we're up to. Let me say hello to the people real quick so that we can get through it. Right here. Working on getting my clear ice to fit in my rocks glasses. I will show you, Shawnee, how to do that today. We'll just have to find the right rocks glasses and the right molds. That's what we're looking for. Bonbons got some double oak going for. Good. Cocktail Lulu got a friend dropped off a giant bag of blood oranges. That's great. Love to see some blood oranges rocking through everybody's house. Moose is here. Let me say hello to Moose. Greetings to you as well, Mr. Moose. Bootopia is here. Bootopia is good. He's asking for Bueller. Bueller. How about the Starship 7 launch today? Wow, did not see it. I was doing classes today, unfortunately. Let me say hello to Mrs. Tiki Tom. We are doing great here in Cali. It seems like the fires are going down. Made a seahorse. Love it. We made the seahorse this week. So what a great cocktail. Ciao to you as well, Paul. Bootopia, yes, you are in the studio audience. Tiki Tom was working on lights for our pups ramp. There's got to be a story there. Let's see. And here's Susan is here. When it is this cold, I have been making clear ice on the patio. That is probably a good idea. I still think, Tom, that I will be able to help you. Okay. This is what we need to do. I'm going to bring up my little document, and we're going to go through, and we're just going to get all of these little things. So, here. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. I got to hit a number of different points that I want to say about the bar spoon. Hopefully, I will then be able to mash those together. Have to be right. If we can get all this filmed, then we will do the ice. If we don't get all this filmed, then we will do the ice in the next Behind Thur Scenes. I don't know how long these things work. Anyway, okay. Probably holding a bar spoon. Have you ever... this is going to be weird. Have you ever wondered why, oh why, a bar spoon is shaped like this? What is with all the ridges? Why is it so small? What goes up here? Why is this awkward piece of equipment in every bartender's toolkit? Well, that was my mom. That was my mom writing, liking the movie in the middle of the thing. We put it on Do Not Disturb. We'll do it again. Have you ever wondered what is what? Have you ever wondered what is with this incredible piece of machinery? This right here is the bar spoon. Why is it shaped like this? Why does it have these ridges? What is going on with this thing? Why is it so small? If you've ever wondered any of these questions at all, or how to properly use a bar spoon, have I got the video for you. It's right now. It's going to happen. It's happening to you right now. We're going to go over the history of the bar spoon, why it is shaped like this, and the very many uses for all parts of this bar spoon today. Cool. I think I got that. Okay. Bar spoons are, not bar spoons, all spoons. Put that there. Spoons themselves have been around for forever. We started seeing evidence of spoons in the Egyptian times. People would make them out of things like shell, rocks, wood, you know, the materials, all those materials. You would see a spoon. All it is a way to get a liquid up to your face in order to slurp it down. That is what a spoon is for, and that is... That's what it's for. That's what it's for. Recently, this is a kind of an interesting little fact. Recently, we have started to see primates actually using spoons or even creating spoons themselves out of materials like wood. So clearly there is something in our genetics that means that let's try that again. So clearly there is something in our genetic, in our push to evolve, that means that we need to get these liquids to our face using some sort of tool. If humans have been doing it for years, primates have started to do it, we are starting to see that this is an invaluable tool for us to move on, for us to just keep going. Okay, I got that. All right. But why, oh why do we have this then? What is the purpose behind this? Well, actually, this spoon is based off of another spoon. In here somewhere, got it. It turns out I have all the spoons, so I'll be able to explain all the different spoons and showing it to you. This the bar spoon, do we go back far enough? I think so. The bar spoon is actually based off of another type of spoon called a suck it spoon. Suck it spoon. Oh, you think you're so big? Suck it spoon. Get out of here. This right here is an example of a suck it spoon. Now, suck it is not just what your fourth grader will tell to your second grader when they are, away from mom. That is not what this is all about. Instead, suck it is a type of dessert. Basically, suck it. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, because I'm going to say suck it like 50 more times in this thing. Suck it is an old dessert made of fruit and then a syrup on top. Well, what one utensil could you possibly use to eat the fruit, but also eat the syrup? Well, in walks the suck it spoon. This is the suck it spoon. On one end, it has a spoon that will hold liquids here, and on the other end, it has a little fork that will pick up your fruits. Suck it spoon. This is a suck it spoon. Obviously, eventually, this one, well, let's talk about it. Let's go back a little bit. The suck it spoon was popular from the 1700s up until the 1900s, when really we stopped with suck it. We were sort of done with suck it. Now you can have like you know what a suck it is? A suck it is the stuff in like a pie. That's a suck it. That's more or less what the suck it is. This spoon was very popular with dessert eaters that could only afford one utensil. Why not have a little spoon on one side and a little fork on the other side? One utensil. That's all. I'm only paying for one utensil, they say. Anyway, eventually bartenders found a way to incorporate this into what they were doing. You had the suck it, and now you have the old fashioned. Old fashions, in case you were using something like a cherry, throw that right on there, and you are good to go. Bartenders started to love these spoons, but then bartenders found another version of this spoon. Now, hilariously enough, I only have a very small version of this spoon. Let me find out what the name of this spoon is. I had to learn a lot of this stuff. Okay. Hold on. Let me check I have your guys here. I'm seeing flicker in the green lights on the screen. Not sure if you're seeing it on your end. Yeah, there's a little flicker, Tom. It has to do with the speed of the tape versus the frequency of the lights. I can fix that in post. So I do appreciate it, what you're saying. Welcome to an amazing history lesson. Yes, not a professional, but I think he needs more of a pause before after statements to make editing easier. That is probably true, but we are going to find out here in a minute. Seems like they do similar things. That's true. Doc, what are the differences between spoon and a ladle? I didn't look that one up. I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's bring up our document again. Boop, boop. While the suck-it spoon was, doing what it was doing, there was a place in Algeria that was creating a brand new drink called the Marzagran. While the suck-it spoon was doing whatever the suck-it spoon was up to, down in Algeria, there was a new drink being created called the Marzagran. The Marzagran. A Marzagran, if you've never heard of a Marzagran, don't worry. I never heard of it either, but most likely you have at least seen one or maybe even tasted one. Marzagran is more or less everything that Starbucks does. A cold drink. It's a cold coffee drink with sweetener and another type of flavor. It's called a Marzagran. And in order to make the coffee, the sweet coffee part, you would need a sugar cube, and you would want to crush the thing. Well, it turns out I have a little sugar cube in here, I think. Yep. I got a sugar cube right here. Boink. And I'm pretty sure I have a Marzagran cup right here. Probably could have prepared this early, but I didn't. That's why we shoot them. This is a Marzagran cup right here. This is a Marzagran cup right here. Look at that Marzagran cup. Let's look at it from another angle. The Marzagran cup. In order to make the sweet coffee, you would throw in a little cube like this, and then you would use the end of a Marzagran spoon. It usually wouldn't be plastic, but it would be some sort of metal. And what would you do? Get right in here and probably way better if it's metal. This is the horse I rode in on. We're trying it. We'll get it in post. Anyway, the Marzagran makers, I'm sure that they were called Mazaristas or something like that, would use the back end of their spoon to crush the sugar. And then, of course, they would use the other side of the spoon to stir their drink. Well, who on earth could use something like that? Bartenders. Bartenders could use something like that. So now bartenders, neither one of these cocktails or neither one of these spoons was created specifically for bartenders. Both of them came from different areas. One from basically England, and then one of them from France, Algiers, that kind of thing. But the bartenders did something very important with the spoon. Now, I've been showing you guys these examples the whole time, but not mentioning this part. This long, luscious curve. Ooh, beautiful. This is what the bartenders added to it. Bartenders knew that they would be needing to stir drinks. They would need to be stirring many drinks. And so when bartenders got a hold of this, they figured if we gave it just a little bit of a twist, hey, we're in business. We can stir those drinks. It makes it much easier. Let's bring out a glass. Oh no. Kyle, I need 2 glasses, if you have them. I need 2 glasses for this. I should have thought about that beforehand. Whenever you get a second. Let's answer some questions while we're here. Let me say hi to the people. Is anybody sticking around for this? No. Okay. That's all right. Oh, hi, Scotty DeBoy. Good to see you. Doc gets through this without cussing. So I've got $5 on my bet. Listen, it could be tough. It's very tough sugar. Mutant sugar. Oh, Kyle, I need short glasses. I need rocks glasses, please. Thank you. We're just waiting. Just shooting our stuff. Heading on down the road. Get rid of this so that I don't have that. Let me read over my things. I was very nervous before the show started because I had no idea whether this would work or not. But we're almost done with the history. And then we get into the rest of it. And it looks like we're going to have enough time to make... thank you, buddy. And you grabbed 2 of them that looked alike. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Good work. Good work. Okay. Where were we? Bartenders would eventually use the spoon to their purposes. They would use this twist in order to give the spoon the ability to stay on the outside of a drink. When you're stirring, the idea is to keep the spoon as far to the outside as possible so that you don't mess up your ice. Now I have a little ice in here. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Fill this with ice right there. I brought in a little Martinelli's. This is a 3rd grade New Year's Eve party. Toss a little Martinelli's in there. Excellent. Bartenders found that it was much, much easier to stir a cocktail if you could get it deep in there and you had a little bit of grip and a little bit of twist up there. The idea of... Just gonna get some B-roll of that. The idea of this is that if you can keep all of those ice cubes moving as on a single axis, then you would have less motion, less friction, less heat, and less melting. Instead of doing this, does that help with melting ice and getting water into your drink? It absolutely does. That motion is absolutely a perfect way to get that going, except for all the ice flying everywhere and the fact that you are now melting at a crazy rate. So the bartenders added the twists. Let's say that again. So the bartenders added the twists in here to give us some grip and a little motion. However, and this is fun, bartenders discovered another use for this, and this is kind of a fun little use. We will add just a little bit of something colorful. They found that because this twist had a little surface tension to it, because, you know, it's not a flat thing, there's gonna be a little slowing down as a liquid trickles down it, that they could slowly add things into a drink and help them layer them. So we are going to take just a little bit of this creme de violette. Hopefully this works. We're going to slowly pour this down. Well, creme de violette has a different, I just picked a liquor. That wasn't the way to go. Let's try something else. Thank you, Kyle, for your ooh and ah. I really appreciate that. As a lefty, is the twist made for right-handers? I have no idea if there are left-handed bar spoons. That's a great question. We're going to figure it out. Okay, bartenders. Let's start this one over again. Bartenders eventually realized that the curve or the twists on a spoon weren't just good for holding and stirring, but were also great for slowing down liquids that you were pouring. There was a little surface tension on them. And thus, it would make it great for making a cocktail called a pousse café. Funniest name for a cocktail? It's up there. It's up there. But a pousse café, this is a tiny pousse café glass. This is a bar spoon that is small enough to fit in a pousse café glass. And we are going to quickly make a pousse café. We're going to make it with this one because I know this works. There are lots of pousse cafés in the world. Probably the most famous ones are the B52. That's probably the most famous one. We're going to be making a B52. I'm going to show you exactly how this works. We're going to pour our coffee liqueur right here into the glass. Now, if you wanted to, you could certainly just slowly maybe put your finger. Let me get back to the place. If you wanted to, you could just slowly pour in the next ingredient. However, it is much easier if you use a bar spoon. This right here is Irish cream. It is Trader Joe's Irish cream. I don't think that matters. But we're going to be putting our bar spoon in here. And then we are going to pour this right down the side. And we should see some layering. Slow. Oh, there we go. We screwed that up, huh? We're going to try again. Because that's what Behind Thur Scenes is. What do I do with the clue? No, I can't put the clue away yet. We're going to go here. And then we are going to slowly get our layering going. So we're going to take this, we're going to run it right alongside the spoon. The tension on the spoon is going to be what happens. Let's try that again. The tension on the spoon is what's slowing that liquid down enough so that the specific gravities of these two particular liquors don't get mixed up, all jumbly-wumbly. If you just pour it in straight, obviously the liquor will mix if you give it a little shake, or if you pour it too fast. So we now have this guy right here. We can, of course, layer something else on top of there. I feel like something nice and heavy. Let's see if we can do it one more time. This is not a B52 anymore. This is like a Jamaican B52, and I don't know if they have B52s. We're going to pour just a little bit of overproofed rum right here on top. Slowly. Well, screw it. We got one. I feel like that's a winner, honestly. We don't need to make B52s. Started following for the clear ice, decided to save for the cocktails. Great, Brian. We are going to get into clear ice in just a minute. Oh gosh, we're running low. Okay. The clear ice one, guys, is a short, so we're gonna do that quick. Let me see what else I need to say in this. Oh, let's do a quick demonstration on how to do a double stir. I feel like this is information that I have looked for before, and I think that's what's important in making these little guys. Okay. We've gone over, I think we went over, let's go over how to stir a cocktail. Let's go over how to use one of these guys. If you only have one drink, you want to grip this in between your what do you call this? If you only have one cocktail, you want to grip it in between the thumb and your finger. You want to put your middle finger on one side and your ring finger on the other. You're going to put this deep down into your drink, and you're going to pull with your middle and push with your ring. Pull, push, keeping all of those ice cubes moving in a single direction, not getting them going crazy. However, if you want to get real crazy with it, you can do this in twos. I'm sure that there are very fancy bartenders that will do them in threes. I think those people are ridiculous. But there is a way to do it. I just don't know what that is. Okay, if you want to do it in two, you want to hold one bar spoon like it is a pencil, but way far back. You want to put the other one in between your pinky and your ring finger. We're going to put these deep in here. Now, you got to hold it very loose when you're doing this. You really want to just let the outside of the glass be your guide. Slowly moving along with your thumb. There we go. Once you get the hang of it, it goes. We might have to get this in post too. The ice isn't holding. The first time we're doing Behind Thursdays. Behind Thur Scenes. Okay. I think we got that. So if you just keep practicing that, eventually you will get to it. Let's see, what else do I got? Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. That's it for the bar spoon. Let me just do an outro for it. So while it may look ridiculous, the bar spoon actually has a ton of different uses. Get this Pousse Cafe glass out of here. So while it may look ridiculous, the bar spoon and all of its little features really do make a huge difference when you are making a cocktail. There are 3 different types of these bar spoons. One of them is the American, which looks like this. Usually has a little plastic end to it. There is one that is European that has a flat end, and then there is one called the Japanese, which has this little dropper there. Which one you decide to use is completely up to you. But if you decide that you still don't care about bar spoons and would rather use a finger, may I suggest just getting a bar spoon that does this. That's what I got for you. Thank you so much. Please remember to like and subscribe and do all the rest of those things. It would make the channel much, much happier. Cheers. Yay! Okay, we got one. Let's go over real quick. Oh gosh, do I have time? I think I have time. Okay, we have time. Just a little bit of time. Let me say hello to the people. I think I saw somebody new come in. Ryan. Yes, Ryan. Good. Hello, Ryan. Hello, everybody. I've tossed drinks on the sink and made something else. It happens. Good. Thank you. If you go to the South Equator, do you stir counterclockwise? Yes, always. Those are the rules. Them's the rules, folks. Okay, we got one done. Oh, people are sort of saying. Okay. There has been a debate online recently about whether or not clear ice makes a difference. Is it just for looks, or is it does it really actually melt slower? I have done the experiments. Burping in the middle of a test, or in the middle of a take. There has been a debate online recently about clear ice. Is it just for aesthetics, or does it actually melt slower? I have done the tests. It does melt slower. And the reason it does is because clear ice doesn't have air in the middle of it. It has less surface area in the middle. Once it starts to melt, it melts faster. So wouldn't we always want to use clear ice? We do. However, clear ice is a pain to make. Well, I have a solution for you. I make clear ice in all different ways, but the easiest way and the way that I do most uses this. I'll bring it up and I'll go bing. Oh, not that one. I'll bring it. Spoons can go. Here we go. Uses this. I'll go like this. Simple, easy. It's a Coleman cooler. I will put a link to it down in the description. The problem with using the Coleman cooler, if any of you have ever tried to use Camper English's style, half of your ice gets really cloudy. It still comes out in a big block that you have to cut. I don't deal with that anymore. I now have taken 3 of these silicone molds. They are the 2-inch silicone molds. They start off like this without the little holes in them. I cut one like this, just cut all the bottoms out. I cut one, and then I cut 2 like this. I'll do it like this. And then I cut 2 like this. All right. These little guys right here, these little holes are going to help push all of the impurities out as this thing begins to freeze. So how do we get these holes in here? I know how I do it. All you got to do is grab a metal straw. This is a metal straw right there. We're going to bring in hole cutter cam right here. Then you want to find, I've done this experiment many times. I have found that the whole sequence that looks like the dice, the 5 side of a dice, that's the best one. 6 leaves something in the middle. The rest of them just don't make any sense. So we're going to go ahead and grab this. Let's grab from up here. There we go. We're going to get right in here. And we're just going to, how do I get some light in there? Maybe we'll grab the phone. Ah, look at this. Boom. We're just going to grab this, shove it in, and then we're just going to give this a little twist. You can hear it start to cut. And once it's there, you pick it up, put it down. You got yourself a hole right there. All you have to do is do that as many times as it takes to fill up an entire ice tray. When you have done that, you take this guy, this one that has all the holes all the way through it, put it right here on the bottom. Then take your other 2 ice molds, cram them right in here. Sometimes you need to cut off the sides here in order to make them fit, depending on what cooler you get. This one clearly needs it a little bit. And you want to fill it right to the top. So you want to fill it all the way to the top, but do not make it go over. Do not make it go over, because if you do, you'll have a hard time getting your ice cubes out. So I put that into a freezer, and then I add this guy. It's a very cheap fan. I put it right on top of the cooler, this Coleman cooler, without the top on, and we turn this little guy to, turn this on. He starts it going. If you can get this to freeze quicker is always better. Hold on. Then it will freeze. It usually takes me about a day, but every freezer will be a little different. Then this is the result. You have 6 clear ice cubes ready to go. It does take a little bit of forcing to get them out. There we go. You get 6. I'm going to get the shot I want. And I want to get a better cube. There we go. You get 6 perfectly clear ice cubes that don't need to be cut. They don't need to be put in any sort of extra bag. I just keep them right in here. I have 2 sets always going. So every time I need a beautiful clear ice cube, I have this ready to go. Let's put it on our machine. Ooh. Should we make it a disco ice cube? The easiest possible way. I still use my bandsaw when I cut larger pieces of ice, but that's only if I need large pieces of ice. For every other time, this is absolutely the simplest way to make ice in a freezer, to make clear ice in a freezer. This is absolutely the simplest way to make clear ice in a freezer. You can work with different molds if you want to do, like long ones. That's great. Just put enough holes in it so that everything can leak out. The directional freezing is very important there, and that's what I got for you. Tiki Tom says, much prettier than my hand cut blocks. That was my problem there, Tiki Tom. Oh. Kyle was directing the show. That was my problem, Tom, is I would make these beautiful large things of ice, these big blocks of it, and then I'd go to cut it, and it would cut in a complete diagonal. I was lost. I couldn't ever find a perfect cube. It looks fine, but this comes out very small, takes up almost no space. All you got to do is have a little space for a Coleman cooler inside of your refrigerator. Or sorry, don't do this in a refrigerator. Inside of your freezer, and you should be good. Yay, with that dice roll, my wizard just took out a horde of orcs. That's hilarious. I'm starting to play Dungeons and Dragons right now, and I'm very excited about it. There we go. The tops of these, it can get a little cloudy. It can get just a touch cloudy because sometimes water freezes and unfreezes on top. But once it's in the drink for less than half a second, all that sort of freaks out. Outdoors is all you need tomorrow and Sunday, Sean. It's going to be cold everywhere. There we go. Okay. Outro. So if you've seen these ice nerds online telling you how much you do that again. So if you've seen these ice nerds online telling you that you need extra space and you can't do this ice without cutting it with your own hands, they are incorrect. While that is more fun, it is not as precise, and this ice perfectly comes out in 12s every single time I do it. It takes about a day to make the ice, and you are set. That is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Please, if you would, leave a like and subscribe on the old channel, maybe even a comment. That would be good. Or send me pictures of your ice. You can find me at Instagram at Cush Tender, or just send them to me here on YouTube. Saw a bag of clear ice for $15. This whole setup shouldn't cost you $15. Can we see pictures of you bandsaw sometime, Doc? Yes, I do have video of that, Tiki Tom. We're going to figure it out. You want my ice? You sending it out? Ordering more molds now. That's the way to do it, Dougie G. Wait. Bang. I'm going to put an affiliate link up. Order it now, and then we'll figure out the affiliate link later. There we go. Okay, I think that's it. Look, guys, I don't know if this was a success. I don't know if maybe I do need to do these on my own so that I'm not constantly worried about taking up all your time. But this was Behind Thur Scenes, where we make drinks and do other things in a live studio audience format so that I keep my energy up, but also everybody gets a chance to still hang out and be cool dudes. I think maybe next time we'll just do one thing. I think maybe shoving 2 things in it was too much. So maybe just one thing. I don't feel like I have any lack of gift of gab. I feel like I can just talk for a little bit if we go under. I'm going to shoot for under, and then I'll just talk the rest of the time. So that's that. Thank you guys so much for showing up. My name, of course, is always, it has always been, will always be Dr. Cush. That's what's on my driver's license. Turns out you can call yourself anything on your driver's license. You guys are the greatest. Thank you. Okay, good. Hope everyone here is safe if they live in the LA area. We are fine, Loriander. We did have to miss a few shows, but stuff. I did make ice in an insulated coffee cup. It was round but clear, but it was too large for my glass. Yeah, so these, just so you guys know, the molds that go into this one are so great because they're meant to fit into most rocks glasses. So you don't even need to worry about that stuff. There's been a lot of fun conversation. Good. Okay, that's what I hope. That's what I'm hoping for. I can't wait. The doctor needs to get paid. Yes, my goodness, doctor is what do we say? Drowning. Okay. Good. All right. Okay, we like the behind the scenes. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Thank you so much for showing up, Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm Dr. Cush. I'm gonna run these credits real quick for you. You know what? There's no music in the credits. Give me a second. I gotta turn this music on. Give me 1 second. I think that should work. You guys hearing that music? I'm certainly not. Either way. Kyle, are you hearing the music when it goes off? I feel like I'm not hearing the music. I figured it out. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am Dr. Cush. This is Behind Thur Scenes, where we learn about stuff and make videos. As always, what do we always say? I didn't even set this thing up. That was never going to be a thing. It's just never going to be a thing. As we always say, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye 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 bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.